Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are on screen together again. Yeah! I mean, there's also a movie built around that to talk about, so let's talk about that. So The Rip, as I said, stars Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, directed by Joe Carnahan, director of Narc, Smokin' Aces, The Grey. He's directed a lot of things, but those are three that stand out to me. So Ben Affleck and Matt Damon play a couple cops among a group of cops. They do a search and seizure of this house in which there's a lot of cash. We're talking a lot of cash. A lot more cash than they thought was gonna be there. The kind of cash that starts making folks act suspicious, greedy, corrupt. We all remember that scene in Roger's house in Training Day. They gotta count it on sight, but also external forces are gonna start coming for this cash. So that's the real shtick of the film. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon being on screen together, but also a bunch of cops in a house together. Antitrust starts going around among the cops on screen and the audience. Real intense situation starts brewing in this house, because Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are on screen together. Did I mention that? All right, I'll stop with that. All right, moving on. But when the film plays that premise up, not Ben Affleck and Matt Damon being on screen together, but the antitrust, the finger pointing, the mystery, the sense of who's gonna be the corrupt one. That's when the film's in the pocket, in the zone, we'll say for the first half, the first 2 acts of the film. And I was having a really good time with it. Granted, it doesn't hurt the fact that, okay, I want theaters to survive. The theatrical experience is not replaceable. But coming from this side of it, in which I'm like, oh, movie I should review this weekend, play. Oh, I'm there. Didn't have to drive anywhere. It's pretty damn convenient. That said, Netflix, buying Warner Brothers, whatever. I mean, I hope it's not the norm. All this is to say, my enjoyment in the film, I have to go in my head and go, is it because of how convenient the movie was? That being part of the experience, though, it was enjoyable. Who should we have our eye on? Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Steven Yeun, Tiana Taylor. Any other names I can throw on screen to show it's not just the Ben Affleck and Matt Damon show? And although The Rip does sound like a Yellowstone spinoff, because who else do we think of when we think of The Rip? It really does remind me of a cop thriller that could have come out in the early to mid 2000s. Although I should reference Narc in that sense, it doesn't feel like Narc. It has a different vibe of Narc, though it's directed by the same director of Narc. There are some dumbass character moments in here. That house just ate a ton of bullets. The cops inside are like, hey, let's go outside into this cul-de-sac at night, in which it's really foggy. Foggy ass cul-de-sac, no visibility. We are going to be covered from one of 100 random spots, guns on us. But yeah, let's go out and see what that was all about. I don't know what's dumber, the fact that they did that or the fact that they lived through it after doing that. Spoilers, no one gets taken out when they definitely should have gotten taken out. Between that, there's a scene where this fire starts, this monologue is going, and this fire just starts, and you're like, is he supposed to notice the fire that's happening in the garage right now? He finally notices it, and he looks so surprised, like, oh my gosh, all that smoke and that amber glow. I thought someone had a really cool lamp. Dumbass moments like that. There's a moment where this fight breaks out. It's in the dark. I'm like, I can't tell who's who. Tell you what, we'll let the fight play out, and when the inevitable monologue after the fight happens, we'll see who's on the ground, who's standing and talking, and we'll just go from there. So when I say the first 2 acts really had me gripped, that is to say the last act just kind of turned into action movie 357. I don't know why 357. Point is, action movie X. It's just action movie random number. And that's where I do see the advantage of this movie coming out on Netflix. It's like, yeah, it kind of devolved into meh, but still, I didn't have to go anywhere to watch it, so there's that. That coupled with the first 2 acts actually being pretty solid, though, I feel like the whole thing's built around a mystery, and the mystery is so... There's not really a mystery. You realize upon hindsight, you're like, the movie kind of... It's pretty straightforward and obvious, to be honest with you. It's so obvious you feel like the twist is gonna be something that's not the obvious. It's like you see those tests when you're doom scrolling. What doesn't belong? Oatmeal, milk, orange juice, or nuclear bomb. You're like, okay, this has to be a trick. This has to be one of the other 3, right? But I'm not gonna take up too much time talking about this one. I'm gonna speed run this video. You can catch it on Netflix if you want. That saves you time and saves you time. This one's worth checking out when it comes out on streaming, which it already has because that's how it was released. And I've noticed the comments when I say, hey, it's on streaming, so I guess you get to watch it for free. I mean, by implication, because people are like, but the streaming service does cost money. I mean, it's free if you've already paid for the service, which, yes, means it's not free. It also means you don't have to pay more to watch the movie when it's on the streaming service you already paid for. I mean, that's what I mean. I definitely don't mean it's free because you use your friend's Netflix account. They haven't cracked down on you yet. You know, definitely not that. All right, so The Rip. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's your favorite cop thriller? Dude, I will champion Training Day for ages on that front. Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.